For over 1,000 years, one city stood at the crossroads of continents, empires, and religions. Constantinople, its walls legendary, its towers unyielding, was the jewel of the medieval world. Armies marched against it. Kings and sultans dreamed of taking it. Yet, time and fate protected the city. The Ottoman Empire tried to seize Constantinople again and again, but every attempt was interrupted by crusades, rebellions, civil wars, and foreign invasions. History itself seemed to shield the city. Until the mid-15th century, when everything changed. By then, the Ottoman Empire had consolidated its vast territories. Internal struggles ended, and a period of stability arrived. The siege of Constantinople was now inevitable. In 1444, Sultan Murad II struck a decisive blow against European forces at the Battle of Varna. The King of Poland and Hungary fell in battle, throwing Central Europe into chaos. Resistance survived, but barely. In the west, the Albanian leader Skanderbeg, once an Ottoman vassal, became a thorn in the Sultan's side, defeating Ottoman armies through ambushes despite being heavily outnumbered. To the north, John Hunyadi of Transylvania sent desperate appeals to the Pope and European monarchs, calling for a new crusade. His pleas went unanswered. With no allies, Hunyadi resorted only to raids into Ottoman lands, while Murad focused on rebellions and a campaign in Greece. There, the ruler of the Despotate of Morea, Constantine, the future Byzantine Emperor, was forced to pay tribute and accept vassalage. Murad returned to confront Skanderbeg directly. Though victorious at Svetigrad, the guerrilla resistance was impossible to crush. Forced to withdraw, Murad left garrisons along the frontier. Meanwhile, Hunyadi prepared one final crusader campaign. In 1448, he raised 30,000 men, hoping to join Skanderbeg. Politics and Ottoman garrisons prevented it. In October, Murad II marched 50,000 troops to Kosovo, the battlefield of legendary clashes. The battle was brutal. On the first day, cavalry from Hungary, Poland, Wallachia, and Moldavia struck the Ottoman front. Initial success was pushed back. That night, Hunyadi attempted a flanking maneuver, but was repelled by Ottoman horsemen. On the second day, Murad ordered a retreat of his flanks, a ruse. Hunyadi attacked the center. Momentary victory seemed within reach, but the Janissaries held. Ottoman flanks returned, encircling the Crusaders. Hunyadi escaped, but more than half his army was lost. Ottoman losses were light. The Battle of Kosovo sealed the Balkans' fate and opened the road to Constantinople. Skanderbeg continued resisting in Albania, but Ottoman focus shifted. In 1451, Murad II died. His son, Mehmed II, ascended the throne, a young, ambitious, relentless ruler. Constantinople, once the greatest city of the medieval world, was now a shadow of its former glory. Population had fallen below 100,000, with vast, empty areas inside the walls. Constantine XI ruled only the city and continued paying tribute. Mehmed prepared meticulously. He secured treaties with Venice, Genoa, and Hungary to prevent intervention. A rebellion in Anatolia allowed him to consolidate power. When Constantine threatened to support a rival claimant, Mehmed had his pretext for war. In 1452, he ordered the fortress Rumeli Hisarı on the Bosphorus, cutting off aid from the Black Sea. Constantine gathered supplies and sent urgent pleas to Europe. Few answered. Only a small contingent of Italian mercenaries, led by Giovanni Giustiniani, arrived. In April 1453, the siege began. Mehmed arrived with over 100,000 soldiers, dozens of massive cannons, and a vast fleet. Constantinople had fewer than 7,000 trained defenders, aided by 1,000 Italians and a few dozen cannons. Cannons shook the walls relentlessly, yet repairs were made each night. At sea, the chain across the Golden Horn blocked the Ottoman fleet. But Mehmed was relentless. He ordered ships dragged overland into the harbor behind the chain, threatening the city from two directions. As the siege dragged on, desperation gripped the city. The walls weakened. Defenders grew exhausted. On May 29th, Mehmed ordered the final assault. Waves of Janissaries surged toward the gate of St. Romanus. Giustiniani was gravely wounded, morale collapsed, and Ottoman forces broke through. Constantine XI led one last desperate counterattack with his guards. He fell in battle. The Byzantine Empire had ended. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the medieval era. It reshaped trade, accelerated the Renaissance, and pushed Europe toward exploration and empire. A city that had stood for over 1,000 years had fallen. Its towers, walls, and streets that once echoed with emperors and merchants now belonged to a new age. With the death of Constantine XI, an era ended, and history entered a new chapter of conquest, discovery, and transformation.